What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you for the late night Friday edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. The lightest MLB day that I've had the entire season. I mean, I think there's 2 gamers or 3 gamers that we've had on Thursdays that I had more action than I had in play on Thursday. But obviously, Seattle, they get hooked there on the run line. That was not useful. They go to extras there, and yeah, just didn't end up going our way. Not Luis Castillo, he's pitching today, but yesterday, Logan Gilbert there on Thursday. He didn't have his best stuff. I know it only resulted in like the 2 runs there, but overall, or 1 run, 2 runs. I know there were the 2 home runs to tie it up 2-2, but the whole point here is that Logan Gilbert walked a ton of dudes. He only went 5 innings. So yeah, he only gave up the 1 solo shot it was. Watched a lot of baseball. Also watched a lot of football tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you're checking out Lofty's preseason videos here on the Odd Chopper YouTube channel. That's good stuff. That gets you a leg up. I mean, the guy's insane. He goes out and gets a first quarter bet on Cincy, followed by the Eagles later on in that game. Get the cover there. He called that one to a T, exactly how it was going to go down. And yeah, Jamar Chase playing in the preseason. Not exactly what the kids call fair. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is here is Friday's slate. We got 3 plays for you here. We're going to talk you through the 12 leans. That's been going really, really well here over the course of this week. And Jacob Lopez, hopefully you got that K ladder. And I ended up on the over at least of the 5.5. And then he just goes completely berserk up into the 100 pitches and just felt really, really sharp. Broke down some of the stuff that I saw from him too. Going to start intermixing that over on X at Eric Lindquist. You can follow me there. C for correct. That's how you spell Eric, not the Fetty way, which is CK for ick. But anyway, let's get ourselves to some picks. But of course, down at the link below, you'll see B Lake Lindy join Tails today. What does it all mean, Basil? Well, it means you have an opportunity to jump onto the Tails platform. If this is something that you're interested in, if this is something that you feel completely compelled to do, well, I tell you what, we're going to be bringing people in droves here as we build out a really cool platform for everybody. Everybody. Just check it out down below. And if you think that you can provide some plays, if you think you can provide some opportunities for your fellow man, well, and woman, of course, you got a great opportunity over at Tails. Join Tails today down at the link below. Alrighty, y'all, without further ado, let's get to the picks. Oh, again, I have nothing on the TV. A lot of people took advantage. New people in the premium Discord with Sweep 10. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'll probably run something before NFL. Just give people another barrier, but I want to make sure I always give value where it's at. It's also never going to go over $50 a month ever. It's never going to go over $20 a week. It's never going to do any of those things, but you can usually get in at a discounted rate, and we can find ourselves, you can find yourself some value with me. Pick 'em, got that one covered. And boy, do I have some cool stuff that I'm going to be introducing here, not just on this program, but also building something out that I'm pretty excited about. But that's neither here nor there. What is I already said that bit earlier today. Let's just start freaking talking baseball, Eric. Throw me a bone here. Tired. Been a long week. We got Pittsburgh taking on Cincy. I'm fine, by the way. I get to talk sports every single day. But Chase Burns taking on Mitch Keller. Brrr, it's cold in here. There must be some Keller in the... I don't know where my brain is here. Where is my mind? But Pittsburgh money line's the one that's standing out. Chase Burns, he's had electric boogie woogie woogie stuff, but Mitch Keller has found a way to be just successful enough here. I think this number is getting a little too wide for my liking, and yeah, I needed to flip-flop those. Pittsburgh is the home team. Did I mention I'm tired? Let's just, neglect the fact that I'm an idiot. Yeah, they're in Pittsburgh, I know, so don't yell at me. Brown, under 2.5 earned runs. That's what I'm paying attention to here. Hasn't pitched Hunter Brown like compared to what we saw at the beginning of the season when he was just completely lights out. I apologize to everybody involved tonight. I've got Hunter Brown, though. 2.47 ERA, 0.98 whip. I was stalling because my sheet didn't pull up. 6 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts. Just had some inconsistent starts here of late. In fact, his last one out, 7 innings pitched. It's the first time that he went over 5 innings in his last 4, which is just insane for a guy the quality of Hunter Brown. But he's found ways to limit some of the damage of the last 2, 1 earned runs the last 2, and ends up taking the L in that Athletics one. I mean, bad luck loss there. But Hunter Brown, I expect better from him going forward in this Yankees team. Back in the Bronx, if things start to get a little dicey, it's going to get loud in the Yankees Stadium with some boos, some fire booms potentially. But Yankees, you're still going to be in the playoffs. You're still going to find a way to be successful. It's just annoying. At least you won't beat my Twins in the playoffs because they won't even be there. But we got the A's taking on Baltimore, and this is kind of a lefties murderer row here. We got Nick Kurtz in a great ballpark for lefties, and he takes on Sagano. The number, it's already pretty damn short, though. I see some improvement there. Maybe Profit X, Novig, see some liquidity there in the marketplace that we can take advantage of. But as of right now, definitely not my ball of wax. Same thing with Carpenter. I mean, these are guys we could entertain 2 home runs, and obviously you can see Stowers down there in the corner just lingering. Did you have to let it linger? That was a little bit better. That was better work by my brain, but just to at least touch base on it. That previous one, you got that Schlittler fellow for the Yankees. Kind of excited about his strikeout profile, but not against Houston. The Angels taking on Detroit here, and Skubal on the mound. Everybody's excited for that one, but I'm kind of excited about maybe potentially targeting Hendricks for the first time in a long time. I mean, we've backed him a lot, but I think people are starting to starting to sell on Detroit. I think I want to buy low on them here sooner rather than later. Stowers taking on the Braves. You got Bryce Elder. Must pay for his sins of, everything. Enrique Cabrera is pretty solid. Not somebody that I even want to try to go crazy against here. Keeps the ground ball contact up, 48.7% ground ball percentage. And overall, the strikeout stuff, nearly 25%. Sees improvement across the board with everything. Primary change, curve sinker. He throws a bunch of really good pitches. Stuff plus all right. That's kind of the story of some of these Marlins. Yuri Perez didn't go well today for him. But Cleveland taking on the White Sox. That is up next here on our boarding walk. And I really hate this game. Tanner Bybee, Aaron Civale, they just do annoying stuff. I never, ever, ever, ever get them right. So let's just stay away. Boyd, over 17 and a half strikeouts, divisional rival, sitting at minus 140 at open. Wanted to dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Not going to put my hand on his hip. That's creepy. Plus, I have to ask for consent. But we got St. Louis here. I do think that there's something targetable there from a prop perspective as well with this McGreevy fellow, Max McGreevy. I think he's going to get annihilated sooner rather than later. And there's a lot of lefty power that can do that here in this lineup. Kyle Tucker, what happened to him, though? I also haven't seen like a Kyle Tucker home run alert in 84 years. It's been 84 years. That's what it feels like, at least. I don't know. But Pete Crow Armstrong, I brought up enough lefties that I like. Oh, here's another one. Roman Anthony, who gets paid. Roman Anthony completely gets paid. And wouldn't you know it, Roman Anthony is quite good at baseball. Maybe this whole Devers thing was pretty well thought of ahead of time. I think we all thought it was, but anyway, he's been leading off here. I expect him to lead off against Nick Pivetta, and that creates opportunities for the 2+ hits market, which really haven't tapped into at all this year, but I continue to project it because I do think some back testing is starting to show some results. We'll see. Maybe I introduce my first one in this spot. Roman Anthony's the closest I've got currently based on opening numbers. Carroll cashed us another ticket there on Wednesday. 2 for 3 on Lindy's long balls, 2 for 3 in the premium Discord on those homers. So yeah, I didn't find any extra home runs. Home run board's been brutal lately. Really, really brutal. But left on left against Austin Gomber, I think those are where you start getting those plus 400 type numbers that are very advantageous. We don't have those numbers yet for the Arizona game, waiting for those to drop like an album. Oh yeah, I got to keep talking. Rays taking on Seattle here, and this one is low expectation for the all runs, but Rasmussen versus Castillo. Rasmussen has been flat out good this entire year. 300 xWOBA, 381 expected slugging, absolutely no barrels allowed, and now getting more of a workload as they were limiting his innings earlier. I think he's good to go here, just his full allotment yet again. And Luis Castillo, problem is that he's at home. It's just a ballpark that suppresses so many of his issues, and he's got a lot of them, and I generally attack him on the road, but not going to be here in this spot, I think. Although, boy, I want to. Hopefully the numbers move overnight and we can take advantage. Kershaw, over 3.5 strikeouts is like plus 140 at open. Give me a little bit better than that. Get into the plus 150 realm and we can talk. Do I think he's good at this stage of his career? No, I don't think he has any strikeout stuff left. I think a team as good as Toronto, it's hard-pressed to find 3 strikeouts for them with the current curveball situation that we've got from Clayton Kershaw. Slider, four-seamer split. I mean, it's not all that good anymore. Toronto might annihilate him. It's freaky. Staying away for the time being. Anyway, Washington, San Francisco. This is the last one. Jake Irvin versus question mark. Absolutely no idea who goes here for the Giants, but we shall find out together, friends. Birds of a feather now. We're going to talk the premium Discord where it's back to the traditional number, but we got myself. We got Eitan Shander. We got Greg Ehrenberg in the future streak. Again, Isaac Collins continues to do incredible things. Now batting third in a lot of spots against righties. We'll see where he ends up in the lineup this time around. I think they really like that, and they should. He's been incredible, but Greg Ehrenberg got us tons of value there. Got us tons of value on Aroldis Chapman in the AL reliever of the year market. Tons of value on Zach Wheeler in the NL Cy Young market. I mean, this guy is incredible at it. That's why he's in the Tails Discord, giving you his futures plays. Also on X, at G Ehrenberg DFS, giving you goods every single day and free over in that Tails goodness that I was talking about earlier, which again, be like Lindy, join Tails today. Alrighty, y'all. Let's get ourselves to some plays, shall we? Bingo, bongo, bongo. Philly taking on Texas here in this spot. Hit that like button if you could for me. We've had a really successful couple of weeks, not just here on this program, but on Lindy's Long Balls. And for damn sure, the premium Discord, even though Thursday, again, just slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Jacob Lopez, absolute goated. Some of you took him up to 10, I'm sure, talking about that K letter, but that was not me, unfortunately. That would have made my day just all the more special, but it's still all right. We got Philly taking on Texas, and one thing that was special on Sunday, because again, Sunday and this Thursday are the only losing days I've had, and one was just around a unit, and the other one was right around half a unit. So overall, the bad days have not been that bad, and the good days have just absolutely Hulk slam dunked over the course of the last 2 weeks, and over the course of the last couple months, if I'm being honest. But Christopher Sanchez kind of turned the tide for us on Sunday that evening, give us a nice win, plus money on the over 18.5 against Detroit on Sunday Night Baseball, and he cruised, absolutely cruised to that over 18.5 outs. And now we're in a better ballpark for pitching. I know it's on the road as opposed to at home, but better ballpark for pitching. I would say a weaker lineup than Detroit. I know Detroit against lefties, not exactly the prettiest thing on the surface. It doesn't look calm and ready to drop bombs, but you keep on forgetting that Detroit is actually fifth in WRC plus against lefties, 110 WRC plus, 22.2% K rate, and really, really good at walking with guys like Gleyber Torres. I mean, just the top of the lineup, Colt Keith. They find ways of just killing you ex-woba by ex-woba there. And I think sneaky against lefties overall. Spencer Torkelson, part of that reason. But I do think this is just a better spot all around, and we're getting a better number. I don't quite understand it. I know he ran really, really good to basically be clean sheet through like 8 it was, and then turning it over to Duran. But Christopher Sanchez is plus money here, over 18.5 outs. That is definitely on the card to begin. Oh yeah, by the way, Merrill Kelly on the other side. There's some lefty power on the Phillies side. Pretty good chance of Christopher Sanchez to get the win. I think that might be a better way of trimming down on that minus 132 number. Alrighty, Kansas City plus 1.5 at Minnesota. This one is so straightforward it hurts. Seth Lugo, Joe Ryan. I don't expect Joe Ryan to get the full workload treatment here coming into the home stretch, because Joe Ryan, he's going to make himself a lot of money in the offseason, whether it's, I mean, we still have team control of him for like 2 years, even though we were looking at unloading him before the deadline. Coming out of the deadline, I basically was like, hey, I think he's going to go back to more of a normal workload. But we have a little bit of rain in the forecast here in Minnesota. We also have a little bit of humidity in the forecast. We also have Joe Ryan against Kansas City, where I don't think he's going to get as much swing and miss. And I don't think, you necessarily have to have that. I mean, the guy's been awesome. 0.93 whip. He just really is not allowing base runners whatsoever there. It is beautiful stuff, not walking dudes. Overall, he's been good, but 87, 98 pitches his last 2. Again, I know one was pre-trade deadline. He got back up to the 98 number. I'd be hard-pressed to think that we see him get into the hundreds again the rest of the year. Same thing. I mean, it's kind of the way that we look at the Paul Skeens stuff. It's like, what are these teams playing for? At least he has a Cy Young to pitch for. As good as Joe Ryan is, Tariq Skubal is not losing the Cy Young unless, I mean, even if his arm fell off today, like Friday, which would suck because he's pitching and now I like talked voodoo to him, I do think he still wins the AL Cy Young going away with how dynamic he's been. So overall, I feel decent about that. But the Minnesota bullpen is drastically different. We got rid of everybody good. Griffin Jax, Duran. I mean, down the board. Brock Stewart. I mean, it's just insane how different it looks. And Kansas City's always had a bad bullpen, and now you're bringing Seth Lugo, who I know he got paid. I know that the surface numbers look all right with 3.006 ERA, looks beautiful, but just a 4.91 expected ERA. I mean, there's such a big discrepancy between his expected numbers and actual numbers. And Minnesota, this young talent that we're bringing in, looking all right to me. Over 8.5. I like it. I don't love it, but I want more of it. Half a unit of it. Let's get ourselves the heck up out of here, shall we? Hit that like button. Holy crap, we cruised on this program today. This is what happens when you basically are just saying, hey, focus on the play. Let's focus on the video. Let's get ourselves the heck up out of here. Everybody wants to go along their merry way. But I've had an awesome week. I hope you have as well. Mets taking on Milwaukee. I can't believe I'm doing this. Kadai Senga, I'm not going to back. I'm actually going to attack in some capacity. It's weird because he has started to get extended. He's started to get further workload as we've gone along. But there's some things that happen that, I mean, I bring this up all the time when you have guys who are relievers who turn back into a starting role. You can't get the velocity up the same way. You can't just sell out on certain pitches. The book is out on you to some extent. And Kadai Senga, I'm not going out of my way to go pick on him here, but 71 pitches there against San Francisco. He's given up 4, 3, and 4 earned, and it's all reliant on the ghost fork. If he is walking dudes, if he is not ahead in counts, he just has issues. 3, 5, and 3 walks his last 3. This is just a guy that I traditionally absolutely love the stuff more than just about anybody, but I can't back it at this number. I really, really can't. Actually, these need to be flip-flopped as well, by the way, because we backed Milwaukee at minus 125 plus 140. Milwaukee minus 125. Do you hear me? I'm very tired. Plus 140, minus 125. At least I know what I'm talking about, so that's the plus. I also know Milwaukee, they're the team destined by God. Brandon Woodruff is on the mound, and that is just somebody that I want to back in this current iteration. He has extreme fly ball contact, but a 174 expected batting average with a 35.5% K rate. Come on now, friends. Milwaukee, keep making us money. I'm sorry I bet against you one time in the course of the last 2 weeks. It did not go well for what it's worth, but we bet them 3 times on the money line on this program. Now 4, 3-0. 3-0 the last 2 weeks. So shout out Milwaukee. 2 years ago, they were the bane of my existence. Gotham's reckoning, but much better here in their current iteration. All right, y'all, one more time for the people in the back. Be like Lindy, join Tails today. There's a link down there. It's lovely. You should check it out. Head to the free expert picks page where we have free picks getting posted on the daily by guys like Laffy in the preseason streets, like Greg Ehrenberg. Check it all out, and let's get the heck up out of here. And that does it for another edition, another week of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks in the book. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for Friday. Always looking, always watching. Some people have no clue and don't actually watch these videos because they have been really, really good. We had 3 sweeps in 5 days. It was, yes, Thursday, Wednesday, meh, Thursday, not good, but like, again, Jacob Lopez, wish I just laddered that to the moon. Would have been absolutely beautiful, but half unit, we go across our merry way. That does it for today. Until next time, friends, until Monday, that is, I'll be in the premium Discord every single day, and obviously we're going to have way more on the card today. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Friday and NFL streets. I know you're checking out preseason. Football's here. I'm focused on baseball. See you later. Bye.